basketball still tired.
That nigga been tired for the last 13 years. I love the nigga, man. He got some of the best playmaking I ever seen, but nigga win. Your ass be hurt, nigga. Feelings hurt, pride hurt, then hurt.
Dog ran him down. New Orleans last playoff.
Oh, tell you, God.
Ran him down.
That was terrible.
Walk him down.
Walk them down. Yeah, buddy. Old Heads, episode 47. We are back in the building. Saturday nights in the basement. How y'all doing? We got another great show today for you guys. I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O Millie, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. And, man, we're going to go and let these brothers introduce themselves and go ahead and get right into it, man. Old Heads, episode 47. Let's get into it.
Boy Bills, man. Old head. Holla at us, man.
Endo, man, a.k.a. French Loaf, man. Shout out to the Philly Cats for holding me down, man. Much love out there, man.
French Loaf in the building. Hey, and we got to kick it off, man. We got to give a shout out, a big round of applause to the ladies of LSU. Congratulations, man, winning that natty, especially the sister Angel Reese. By you, Barbie. Hey, I might even, if they got them in my size, I'm going to go ahead and give me an Angel Reese jersey, man.
I knew the sisters was going to take that
I'm going to give me an Angel Reese jersey, man. Maybe with some purple Jordans, you know, it might actually kind of go hard, man, in summertime.
It's too much heart out there for them.
I feel like we won our civil rights.
But, hey, we gotta talk about, at first, the whole, controversy with the whole, I can't feel my face, gesture that she made to the young lady Caitlin Clark, who is an absolute dog. She's basically Steph Curry with a ponytail. Like, that sister is nice. She has a bright future ahead of her, and
I'd like to see her first
in the WNBA. Like, she is nice, man. She's something special. Especially good for women's basketball. But there was a whole controversy about that, and a lot of people said that, well, you know, Caitlin Clark had been talking trash all tournament. She even made that same gesture. Why did Angel Reese, you know, get so much clapback for it? You had some people saying, well, it's because she followed her around. You had some people saying because they were already winning. They called her classless and other things that, you know, we not even gonna say on that show because we're gonna give our sisters none but props on this show. But how do you guys feel about that? Do you guys think the media made it racial? And also, how do you guys feel about Jill Biden possibly even throwing it out there that possibly Iowa should possibly be invited to the White House as well?
I think, man, the media hyping this up, man. Let these girls, the one thing they always complain about, you know, watching girls basketball of any level, you know, is that it's just not as competitive. Now when these girls get competitive, it's an issue. Let these sisters play the ball that they want to play. Trash talk is a part of any sport. If you played on any level of sport, you know trash talk can come with it. It's a part of the game. Now, it's crazy that we can sit here and watch an NBA game and we can watch a college game and they do all the same exact things. All the same exact things. And nobody with fairness gets yelled at or looked at like they just did, okay? Let these girls compete. When I looked and seen all this, you know the first thing that came to my mind? Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, college. This is a rivalry. Let these girls play. These girls are both destined for greatness in the WNBA. Let these girls, this is how you start rivalries. This is how you get things going. This makes it more competitive. Let these girls play. I loved everything about the gameplay. The game was nice. I thought the sisters was going to win it, you know, but this is inevitable. I don't think they took it too far. This is part of the game. Let these girls play. As far as Miss Biden letting them come in there, that's her decision. You know, I think it's the right decision to a certain degree because I think it gives more attention to college girls basketball, and there's not been a lot of attention. I mean, there has lately, but let's bring more awareness to this. These sisters out and these girls are out here hooping. You know what I'm saying? This brings nothing but awareness to this. If she wants to bring them out there, do that. I've seen less. I've seen people go out there and get fed cheeseburgers. I didn't think that was right neither. But who am I? You know?
Yeah, man.
And to keep it politically correct, man, I ain't even gonna say how I truly feel in depth, at least not in depth. But everything I say is how I feel. But same point in time though, it's like, it's just sad, man. You ever like, I don't think I can relate it to is like people getting their feelings real quick and they show their hand when they do. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad when that hand is racism or fear of another race, to the point where you always need to cover the back of your own, you know, not my backyard type of mentality. It's weak as a bitch. Because only I can compare it to is like, say you a Jordan guy, and then there's a LeBron guy on Facebook, and the LeBron guy says something, and then or you say something about Jordan, then the LeBron guy feels the need to start kicking in a whole bunch of stats and talking about LeBron in a way where you made a specific comment, and now this guy's going overboard on some irrelevant shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's the only thing I can relate it to. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, when you start, you know, and these are kids too, it's actually sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, take your adult racist ass on somewhere, man, and go be an adult with that shit and die off with your kind. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, man, I hope these kids nowadays are so much better than what the fuck we grew up seeing and shit. I was born in the 70s, and I'm an old soul. So I feel like I seen the whole mother effing bunch. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sad, man, to see that shit still trickling down, trying to see through the cracks and shit. Man, shut your ass up, man. You watching some girls play fucking basketball, and your ass is making it about anything else. The only serious issue I have with that shit is that I'm actually so old that I feel like I can't feel my face. I feel like that's the gas face made up by third base. That's what the fuck.
True.
I feel like that's the gas face.
That's John Cena.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Yeah, but the first motherfucker I ever seen doing that was third
That
base.
is true.
You know what I'm saying? I'm old as hell, but
that is true.
that's what I remember.
Yeah, that was what third base. Yeah, that is true.
MC Search.
Oh yeah, MC Search. She actually had a whatchamacallit show. Okay, John Brown, King of the Burbs. Google it. You guys will check it out. He's hilarious. He actually won. But how do I feel about the Angel Reese thing? I think the media, for one, it's a distraction. I think for one, Caitlin Clark was a true professional. She said, hey, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much in a nutshell, you know, I talk trash. It's a part of the game. Angel shouldn't be getting any of the criticism she's getting. I think anybody that had an issue with it, I think more or less has an issue with themselves. I mean, because you can literally go on YouTube and you can see where they had ESPN made a whole segment about Caitlin Clark's clapbacks. And it was about her trash talking. And words that they used were not the same type of words that they used with Angel. Now, you could say that, you know what I'm saying, she was walking around and this and that. And I feel like that's kind of moving the goalposts. You know, trash talking, you know, it's trash talking, you know, and, you know, she didn't receive that. So I feel like it was definitely a racial component to it. I'm not surprised. I think Jill Biden, I think it was a little bit deeper than I think people think about it. For one, we don't know if her husband running for president again. And the Iowa, for whatever reason, the Iowa caucus is very important. So I think, for one, she was pandering to that to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. And then I also think to a certain degree, she was pandering to white fragility. In my personal opinion. There's a video out there.
I can see it.
There's a video out there where you can see a lady get so upset when she take off her glasses and like rips them up and break them and like
she balled them up.
And like
I see that. What they compared to it, they said it was the Great White Hope losing. You remember the movie The Great White Hope, and that's exactly what they compared it to, because they said, wasn't ever a chance do you think Iowa will come back out here if she goes up to the WNBA. If she advances and leaves, they'll probably never come back out there again. Yeah. So this is the last chance they can see it. Now,
well, she can't go there. They don't let them. They should.
What's crazy though is how the media handle it compared to how the girls themselves handle it. Yeah. The girls actually met after and before the game and actually showed respect to each other. And she actually released, Ms. Clark said, she said, I respect her. That's my sister. I mean, to the point, to a certain degree, not my sister, but we're competitors. We're athletes. You know, I love the competition. I didn't think she went too far. This is how we roll. This is trash talking. This is what we do. I do it. She do it. This is the game. And it's crazy when the two athletes that are being talked about handle it way better than everybody else in the media and a lot of people in the entertainment field and sports area.
Right.
And these are two young ladies, as you remember, two kids almost. You know what I'm saying? And look how they are handling themselves. They didn't get into it. They're not trash talking to each other on social media or nothing. They were like, hey, the game over, man. We lost. Hey, it is. And that's what we also got to give them credit for, because even though they might be young, they're still composing themselves as true professionals already and adults. And that deserves like a round of applause, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These young ladies, man, they doing their thing, man. Let these ladies play, man.
You said that young and what?
Young ladies.
No, before that.
Young professional.
Yeah, okay. You said they're not getting no respect.
I don't feel that they're getting enough respect right now for how they made this decision.
Oh,
how they're
okay.
treating
I
each other.
was just confused 'cause I thought you was talking about the Sacramento Kings being young and not getting no respect. But for whatever reason, whatever reason,
Good say.
it seems like no one wants to play the Kings in the playoffs. I see everyone wants to play the Kings in the playoffs. Do you guys look at that as disrespect, or do you look at that as smart? Now they did lose to the Warriors last night. Now let me say this: the Kings now they have scored more points than anyone else in the league at 121.3 points per game, which is 14th all time, right? But what I think a lot of people don't talk about is overall that defense is 7th overall in total defense. What do you think happens? Also, the Lakers have beat them 3 out of the last 4 times over the last season. How do you guys feel about the Kings? Are they serious? Are people smart to want to play them?
What was the year the Atlanta Hawks had all them guys go to the that's what this team remind me of. A great season record. But as soon as you run into a veteran team, you have issues. I like the Sacramento Kings. I really do. I think they've had a great year this year. This is their best year in a long time. Probably since Lottie Divac. Long time. And I give them the respect of that. But I don't know if that translates into the playoffs, because the playoffs is a whole nother entity. When you run into some of these veteran teams in here, these niggas been here before. I don't really know if too many people on that team has a lot of playoff experience. And every time when we come into this situation, it always seems like the team with the most experience wins. And I'm not going to say it happens all the time, but it favors a lot of the times. The team with the most playoff experience wins. And then when we look at the teams that win, you be like, damn, that works true except for that Cleveland team. But even that Cleveland team had a gang of veterans on it. A gang of veterans. You couldn't help, man. They had a put together team when he went there.
You gotta be scoring some points, man, if you're gonna beat this team. And and whoever played them might learn that the hard way. You know, even if I feel like Golden State is like the perfect team to beat them as an older team that isn't really clicking on all cylinders. I feel like they can still beat them because they can score enough points, and then in those moments where you get a little dry, their experience can help them score a few more buckets. But the problem is they have spells too. I can see Sacramento beating damn near anybody because they score too many points. Now, will they do it? Most likely not. Will they even get out the first round? Maybe even not. But at the same time, I'm not going to be surprised if they do, man. They score too many damn points. And it's going to come down to those clutch baskets. Now, when you got the leading scorer in the fourth quarter on your team in the NBA, that helps a little bit. That makes it not so much of a young, inexperienced squad then.
Won the league.
In one of the leagues.
Kyrie, I think he's top 5. Kyrie's league.
Okay, so he ain't in the league right now. I know DeRozan up there and shit too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. All I know is if you can get a couple buckets late, clutch buckets with this team, because in a few games it ain't even gonna come down to that. And when they get to Sacramento, as a matter of fact, they're gonna start in Sacramento, and I can see them blowing one game at home too. But the other game at home, it ain't gonna come. They ain't gonna need a clutch bucket. Their clutch bucket is gonna come when they up 5 points, and somebody gonna hit a shot to take them up to 7 or 8. So it ain't gonna come down
It really
to.
gotta come down to who they see. It really just gotta come down. The West is still kind of open as far as.
I'm looking at Golden State saying it's giving you this story. I see Golden State in my mind. This happening to Golden
And
State.
the thing about the only thing I say is sometimes we'll say about the baskets, but we always miss the in between, the over anxious fouls. All right, getting out early. These guys come out here and they get to swiping that stuff early. Think they take that ball, he gets 3, he got to sit down. Now he might not come back to the end of the second. That takes your scorer out. And there's been countless times where I've come into playoff games. I'm like, man, this is gonna be a good matchup. And that same exact happened. And now these motherfuckers have lost the first 2 games and stuff because they're over jealous and they over anxious and stuff, and they don't play the system right, and they get these stupid fouls and these weak calls. Because mind you, we missing the third party, the refs. Every game that we always want to talk to usually comes down to, like, damn, we thought we was going to get them. There's a lot of calls this game. A lot of no calls this game, too. It works both ways.
Okay, so as far as making the case for Sacramento, we can do that in a lot of ways. But we have to make a case for somebody else to actually beat these teams, too. A lot of these teams are struggling. They're trying to get back healthy. They're trying to keep dudes on the floor. They trying. I mean, that's Phoenix, and that's the Lakers. These are like the best teams around.
I can't see them beating the Lakers. I can see them competing with the Clippers.
Beating the Lakers if AD don't play.
But he gonna play. Everybody gonna play. Everybody gonna play the game. The first game playoff
injury. I'm just saying.
First game, everybody coming in healthy. Everybody coming in.
Okay, with health intact. Okay, I give you that.
I can't see him beating the Nuggets.
What happened to Golden State this year on the road? They won 9 games.
Well,
what happened to them?
Health. You called it. You said they've been healthy and stuff. They've been in and out their rotation and stuff. A little bit here and there. But the thing, I always say this about Golden State, and the same thing could be said for the Lakers. We say that, but they're a team that just needs to coast through the season and to get to the playoffs. They're a team, once they get into the playoffs, they're a threat. They're a threat. We've seen teams just kind of coast their way into the playoffs and just kind of come there, and we think they can compete better. You know what I'm saying? We watched Toronto do that year with Kawhi. I was like, man, these motherfuckers, they had a nice little record, but we thought they could compete better than they came in. Surprised everybody. Shot through everybody. Shot through the Sixers. Granted, they ain't going to say shot through it. They made a good shot, but we thought that was the Sixers. I'm just saying.
I don't normally say this. I don't normally do this. I don't normally do this. I'm afraid to say this because it's just a bad look for me in general. Because I don't like to play with people's health in the conversation. I like to approach it where everybody is healthy. I don't see that Laker team being fully healthy for 2 months. To win the chip, you got to be healthy for 2 months. I don't know. I ain't seen both of them dudes on the floor for 2 months together.
Man, but who gonna stop LeBron though, man?
When you
too heavy dragon, you still gotta stop LeBron.
Man, LeBron's game doesn't translate to team success nowadays. When he was younger, it did with the way he could skip past that ball like that and shit. But he was more of a threat to actually attack the basket. When he attacked the basket, now he's wide open, and he's an individual scorer for the most part. His 30 points are apart from the team.
That is true.
There.
It's
not in the court. He get the ball and he stopped it.
Yep.
He ain't dribble James Harden, but he stopped it. Ain't no motion. And it's too hard to get to fool somebody now with a cut when the ball stops. If the ball is still moving and somebody cutting, your guy's looking this way because I'm coming in, so you can cut baseline. But when you just standing there, this guy's glued to you now. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, geezer, man. I hate to say it, man. These dudes, I said at the beginning of the year, him, Steph, all our guys that we used to love and adore, they old. It ain't their time no more. Most of it be looking out for like Memphis or some damn body because he's old. Somebody with these legs, man, you got to be able to run. I mean, that's what I'm saying. When somebody put up 120 points a game on you, they run it. And I don't know if these old geezers can run like that no more. I know how it is to not be able to run no more.
I think Golden State is going to be tough. I was looking at their schedule about 2 weeks ago, and I was like, okay, they've been losing a lot of road games. They have some easy road games. And if they can get rolling, they're going to be a problem going into the playoffs. And if Wiggins comes back, and because road game was something like was something like Orlando or like Houston or something like that. Okay, I'm like, okay. I think it was the Rockets. I'm like, cool, if they can get one of those road wins, it was like back to back, then you're coming home, and then it's a few more like off kind of road games. Bro, they're gonna be a problem. Wiggins come back, it's probably take him a playoff series or so to get healthy, but if they can get out that first round, GP3, Wiggins healthy.
Poole. Let Poole get going too. I'm just saying, man.
They need Poole.
They do.
If Poole can average 26 points a game, they can win a chip.
You right.
Yeah,
They need him.
You right.
He the young gun. He got the legs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I thought about that the other day too. He got to be the one because Steph gonna be in there.
Yeah.
Steph is gonna have at least one bad game every series.
Steph gonna have a whole bad series. Fuck you mean?
I'm trying
he
to
gonna
tell
have a whole
you.
bad series.
I'm trying to be nice
He gonna
about
have
it.
he
Clay-
literally records a bad series every year.
Clay is only Clay in his mind right now. He ain't Clay in his body yet. By next year, he will be. You know what I'm saying? But right now, Clay is
would
not the
trade.
Clay that we used to be.
If
He
they
look like
win.
old geezer because he hurt.
If they win, I would trade Clay while his value's high.
Ooh,
I don't know if
he's gonna be better next
I
year.
don't know
would
if he'd
keep
be the
Clay.
one I'd leave go.
I'm not letting Clay go.
Shit,
I'll-
might be
I'll-
Draymond.
I'll let Draymond go if I let
No,
Clay
I
go.
will let Clay. I will let Clay go.
Draymond, you can.
I love.
I think
Clay.
you get the. I think you can get the same. I'm not gonna say this like this, but I like Clay. But I think like I agree with you. I think next year's gonna be his year because he's still kind of fresh. But Draymond's style of ball can fluctuate. You can get another Draymond for cheaper. I'm sorry.
I don't see Clay getting better.
I can't find a better
This is the
passer. I'm thinking in my mind who can be in that fourth slot that can pass the ball and create the offense the way Dre do. That's going to be a problem.
And that's my thing.
Yeah.
If you can replace a Clay, maybe you can replace a Clay faster than you can replace Draymond.
I think these guys are all irreplaceable. I really do.
Clay
Your
contract
team is
ain't
going
up
to be
next year, is
different once any one of them go.
I think Draymond's the only contract that's. I think Clay still got another year on his
No,
contract. I think Draymond contract is up this year.
That's why I said trade him.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
I don't know. I think I don't know if you can right. Oh yeah, you can trade Clay. I don't know if you can trade Draymond right now. I don't know if that's possible because he's about to be a free agent.
Yeah, he sure is. That's why he was threatening going to Detroit Pistons.
Yep.
Talking about, we're gonna keep on with the NBA. How you guys feel about the new? Y'all let us know out there how y'all feel about it too, man. How y'all out there feel about the new NBA rule? Next year you must play 62 games in order to make the All NBA team or to win an NBA award. Do you guys agree, or is 62 games not enough games? Because basically you can miss roughly a quarter of the season and still be eligible for All NBA team or an All NBA award.
It's dope. I love it.
Is that enough? Is that enough games?
Yeah. The only thing I would say is if injuries, because I've seen injuries stagger somebody, keep them out more than 20 games, and if it comes down to like a 23 game or 22 games, you out that picture, and that's the only I see
people
drag.
judging that. You gotta be more careful of that. So like if you only played 60 instead of 62, but this injury kept you out, but you like really be back in the game and you playing and you killing motherfuckers, I think you gotta take that into account. So like 62 is like a rough number, you know what I'm saying? But like I feel like that's a good number to kind of start. I would have said 65, and then you know what I'm saying. Like basically, if you play 60 the same way, you know what I'm saying. I can give you that.
I'd have been good with 50, more than half the season.
50,
more than half. The only reason I say if you can be able to play now, because I think about those injuries.
It just ain't your year then. If you only play 50, if you miss 32 games and you play 50.
But to counter that, isn't that exactly what Kawhi Leonard did and they won a ring? Isn't that exactly what he did?
And win your ring then, but you ain't the MVP.
I get it.
Yeah, when you're
and you actually may not even, if you only play 50, I guess you're not even all
you're not even
NBA.
All NBA.
I mean, you gotta play to be all NBA. You gotta play.
I don't know, bro. Like maybe I'm old school. I think 65, 70. I don't see there's nothing wrong with that. Like I don't understand. Like at what point, like
Define play. Do you have to start or just be in the game for a little bit? Do you actually? What's the definition of just play? You have to start. You got to come in. You have to put a minute in to sit back down. Like
if it feels manipulated, then we got to take that into account. If
that's what I think. Because like now I think of motherfuckers like, all right, come in for a hot minute, go sit. We ain't gonna do it. Even with injury, you
this
just
is
go.
why we still need humans and not computers.
Yeah.
Because humans have to sit back and be like, okay, well, nah, he playing us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and I'm pretty sure they'll take that into account because they already said with the whole Dallas Mavericks thing that they were going to talk to the Mavericks and ask them why Kyrie didn't play and Luka only played one quarter, and y'all still had an opportunity to get into the playoffs. The NBA already said that, so I think that's something that they would absolutely take into account because it was somebody. I don't know if it was the NBA. It was Giannis, matter of fact. It was at the end of the game. And he threw the ball up and just caught it, and that would have made up a triple.
Try to count a rebound,
and they
tried to double count that, and they took it away.
And they took that shit away.
Yeah.
So I think that would fall into that same thing as to where, nah, Bi, your ass went in there for that 1 minute because you wanted to get that All NBA award. Nah, we taking that shit back. You got 61
put a definition on play then.
I'm pretty sure all that vernacular is in there. But
you know what I'm talking about. Like,
I had to for the motherfuckers that's thinking like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
you trying to get over already. The
But
rules
you
have just been established 7 days ago. This motherfucker like,
he already trying to finesse this motherfucker.
Minutes.
You want a coaching job?
You know what I'm saying?
We got a GM slot wide open.
Yeah. I think 65, 70 games. I don't see anything wrong with
That's
that.
a lot.
I think that's what makes you elite. That's what makes
true.
you.
That's true too. That's true.
I'm so sick.
I agree with that.
I'm so sick of people sitting here saying that players. You hear younger guys say, "Well, players are bigger, faster, stronger." Okay, show me that.
Yeah, they play the goddamn game so we can see.
Then show me that.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
MJ played 82 games. Like back then, people took pride in playing every game. Even Kobe took pride.
Yeah, Mike
in
did that shit like 9 times.
Yeah,
right?
One of the
every
best
game.
things about, I think, what was the 98 Bulls, 72-10. One of the best things, that whole team was healthy. The whole starting 5 roster was healthy the whole entire time. Very minimal to little injuries on that team. Do you know how hard
they played through a lot though?
But you know how hard that is.
Nagging shit.
But you know how hard that
they
is.
They make
to do
it
that.
sound worse than it is now because you technically can sit out. Niggas technically could have been sitting out back then and we're not. Ask Ronnie Lott. That nigga cut the shit off.
Shit, ask Pippen.
Ask
Pippen.
Yeah, yep.
Pippen hurt a lot. His back's
fucked up for like 3 years.
Ask Pippen, and he played through that.
Was running like this important.
I give them a lot.
Wouldn't take over for nothing.
I give them a lot of, you know, man, that's tough to do. You get a lot of that, bro. To keep that healthy, like to push through the injuries, to not let yourself go on it. I mean, that's tough to do, man. You know, I always give kudos to that, but some of them older players, like I said, they was real warriors. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers played all 82.
They played through sprained ankles and shit.
I'll never forget Isaiah. I know I ain't a big Isaiah fan because of how he treated Mike, but I'll never forget that playoff series where he balled on that ankle with one fucking foot. Yeah. That goes right up to the top. Then the second behind that go when Rondo threw off that cast and got the hooping. Man. With a broken arm.
That was it.
He threw that. Yeah. Fuck it. I still watch him cross a dude over one hand though and then shoot it. Come on, man. That's tough in a competitive playoff series. That's tough, bro. That's tough. Yeah. That's tough. That's hard.
I say 65, 70. I see nothing wrong with that. 62, man. Like I said, you barely not playing. That's almost you might almost miss a quarter of the season. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's really, to me, in my opinion, that's what separates you from being an all-star and being elite. You are the top 15 best players in the world, and you can't play 62 games of your season.
No, so KD ain't gonna make it.
I'm not. No. No, I mean it doesn't. It doesn't take it. It doesn't take it to.
And this is another thing I thought too. Suspensions. What about suspensions? What if, like, say, like, for instance, the Kyrie situation. The Kyrie situation.
Accountability.
What if that spurs up and you miss games because of that, or the COVID situation, the COVID,
this is
and he missed
real touchy.
Accountability. You can either take the jab or take the All-NBA. We all make decisions.
That's true too.
We all make decisions.
Yeah.
You can take the jab or take the All-NBA.
That's though.
NBA.
That's tough.
It's tough. I mean,
That's
but
gonna be hard.
but if it's me, I'm gonna put myself on All NBA on 2K. But that's just me.
Oh man, he said, man, he doing
But
it all.
that's just me. But yeah, but like, hey, y'all out there let us know how y'all feel about that, man. I think that's gonna be a topic we're gonna constantly talk about, man. 62 games. Is that enough? Is it not enough? How do you guys feel about that in order to be on the All NBA team? Have to play 62 games next year starting the NBA. We're going to pivot a little bit to the NFL, man, your sport. NFL draft. Who do you think out there is going to be a draft steal, and who is a late round pick that you would like to see the Chicago Bears pick up? When I say late round, I would say third round or better. You guys out there, let us know who you guys think is going to be a draft steal. I'll kick it off. I watch this guy personally play. I like Alabama football. Jahmyr Gibbs, the running back out of Alabama, 5'9", 199 pounds, ran a 4.3 40, 33-inch vert. His comp reminds me of a young Alvin Kamara. His jump step is crazy. I would love to see him in Dallas. I think Dallas will be a good spot for him. While Pollard, coming off that ACL injury, he can kind of bring him along slowly. Jahmyr Gibbs, he can catch the ball. Not the best blocker, but he's, I would say, almost Alvin Kamara 2.0. Catch it out the backfield.
I thought you were saying him for us. I thought you were saying
Pick
somebody for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys would be a good spot for him. I would like to see Chicago if we did get a running back. I really like Charbonnet, Zach Charbonnet out of UCLA. I really like him. But yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, I think he's going to be a steal out of Alabama.
Okay.
Who want to kick it off? Who you think going to be a steal coming out the draft? Y'all let us know too out there.
I think a steal coming out is going to be Cam Smith out of South Carolina, cornerback. He's going to be a steal, man. I'm telling you, dude's nasty. Dog's fast, got hands, reads plays well. Man, I think he's going to be a steal. But somebody I think I would like to see motherfucking the Bears getting a late round is, and I ain't trying to slaughter this man's name, but it's a loose gun Atawami, a center out of Michigan.
Yeah, you ain't do that right.
Hey, shit. Hey, dog. That's tough. It's tough.
I'm trying to say that was hard.
But I think we can grab him. I think we need to grab a young center, an actual center, and then kind of work him in.
You know what he's ranked as far as centers?
No, they got him like perfect mid-round right now.
I wonder if that's because I've heard about Chicago.
Allowed 0 sacks.
And they had him ranked. They said he was still like 3. Yeah, I don't know if that's the guy.
Well, that name tough though.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it. Don't get me
started. No. You look at that one, but it's a center. I think that'd be a steal for the Bears coming in.
Yeah,
I give you $5. You say it right.
A few weeks ago, Chicago will be. We need a center.
A real center.
A real center.
I think right now would be the best fit is right now to get a veteran right now. But the thing about getting that is you want to keep one in the pocket and you want to get him working with Justin Fields and get him going through reps. So eventually when it comes around his second year or his third year, he's actually taking full-on reps just in case we want to get rid of the veteran that we got. We might sign him for a short deal and let him go through. That's what I would envision, you know what I'm saying? Because Cody Whitehair, he was never a real center. He was a left tackle. And that's what he was drafted to be. But we've had him at a center, and that can be a tough. He's been doing decent. I don't be proud of it sometimes. I've seen him get beat on the same technique 3 fucking times in a row in a game, and I was irritated as shit. But he's got better through that. But I would like to get somebody there a little bit more established, like somebody who's played center since middle school type shit, since college. That's what they were drafted as.
I would like Cody play.
Me personally, I would. Because we pay him a lot of money, I would let him go and I would draft the center. And you can absolutely get a good offensive lineman.
Keep him around left tackle.
No, we got whatchamacallit. We already got a good left tackle.
I keep him around.
No,
I just keep him
pay
around.
Too much. Let him go.
He ain't gonna get or trade him. He ain't gonna get let go this year because we ain't filled that piece yet. So right now he's a center. But that's why I'm saying we need to get real one. Yeah.
Let and draft ABCDD.
Oh my soul.
Damn. That's how you did.
O.W. Wigba.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a tough name though, y'all. But yeah,
That's tough.
I get it.
Yeah, man. Buddy, just because he was supposed to be a top pick, dude was racing. You know what I'm saying? And
Jalen Carter?
Yeah, Carter.
Jalen Carter.
Did, you know what I'm saying, killed dog. But yeah, same point in time, though, just as he gonna fall in the draft, I feel like he gonna be the steal because everybody would have loved to have had him. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So that
still
was
saying
my
Chicago could possibly take him at 9.
They saying if that motherfucker slip down there, it's a grab. It's a guarantee. Best option across the board. I read it every time. Whenever they go in, they be like, but if Jalen Carter's an option still, the Bears guaranteed it.
Man. All that character and all that shit. If you can get the second coming of Calais Campbell in Chicago, that'd be huge, man. Who did you pick? Late round pick? Anybody?
Shit, I'm leaning on y'all expertise for that, man. I got nothing.
Late round pick. Late round pick. I would love to see Chicago pick up Julius Brents, Kansas State cornerback. 6'4", 202, has left tackle arms, just long as shit, physical. I would love to see him playing in Chicago, playing on the other side. We've never really had those big physical corners, and I think when you're looking at playing in the NFC North, when you're looking at guys like Watson 6'5", playing for the Packers, then you look at Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's a big kid. Also the Lions, you know what I'm saying? They have tight ends down there. Gosh, who's that tight end? I can't think of. Starts with an H. Hutchinson, you know what I'm saying? So you got some big guys, you got some big time receivers in the NFC North. I really love Pels. He's physical. You don't find a lot of 6'4" corners out there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't run super fast, you know, at the combine, but decent enough speed, those long arms. If he gets you, it's a wrap. You know, if he can jam you, I think he will be perfect for Chicago. Physical, we love that style of play. He'll be good in that system. So, yeah, Pels, man. Come to Chicago. Moving right along, man. Right into it. Kevin Durant and the Suns. Right now, they're 8-0 since he's played. They're looking at like the favorites right now in the West. If KD wins a ring this year, and let's say another Finals MVP, would that push him past Steph Curry? According to ESPN, KD is ranked 14th and Steph is ranked 13th. Steph is a 4-time champ, KD 2-time. Steph 9 All-Star games, KD 13. Steph 2 MVPs, 1 for KD. 8 All-NBAs for Steph, 10 for KD. 2-time scoring leader for Steph, 4-time scoring leader for KD. What do you guys think? If KD wins this year, Finals MVP and another ring, that'll put him at 3. Would that push him past Steph all time? And do you think he's already better than Steph all time?
No. I can't say that. Numbers, how they'll put them up, probably say yeah. Me personally, I would say no. I like KD. All right, I'm just going to say that first one. I really like KD. I like his game. I just don't like how he went about to go get his championships. And with that being said, it's the type of respect that you would give to a person who's been with one team, who's organically stuck around with this team. They usually kept the same core around it. They changed a couple little pieces here and there, usually kept the same core, and has done it successfully, 4 times? 4. KD literally
won MVP.
Yep. Okay, and I give that to him. I give it to him. You know, it's a team thing. And a lot of it, you know, they go off his, and, you know, they did their own thing too, sometimes without him when he was hurt. But shit, that's what you got a team for. But KD literally went to the team that he lost to to get there. That didn't look good. You know, when you went from OKC.
I think the worst part about that is not just going to Golden State, which everybody think,
but the
it's
best team.
Leaving OKC hanging. They was thinking if you an OKC fan, if you like the OKC, I don't like them niggas.
Damn.
I did, and I ain't even a fan of teams like that.
I'm sorry, it was a good
but
team.
That was a great team, but you left them. Harden, okay, whatever, but you were the man there.
Yeah.
And you left them hanging. It ain't about just joining the team that y'all were up 3-1 on. that's fucked up for everybody to see. But for OKC, it's like, damn, we was just up 3-1.
Right, we supposed to run this back.
You know what I'm saying?
We supposed to run this back.
That takes away from your basketball character when you do that, though.
Wow.
It hurts. That's a respect thing.
Whenever LeBron
That's a
left,
great way to put
they
that.
was getting their ass whooped.
That's a great way
When
to
he
put
took
that.
off the Heat jersey, they just got their ass whooped by the largest margin in NBA history by the Spurs.
Correct.
When he took off that Cleveland jersey to go to the Heat. Remember both them games in the playoffs? When you know he leaving. You know when he been in Skip Town, when he taking his shirt off. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, man, when he took them shirts off, you know what I'm saying, they was getting their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, like it was different. They wasn't up 3-1 on nobody, and then he decided to bail. Like, you almost owe it to your team, the city, yourself, you know what I'm saying, to see where this can go.
It'd be different if KD had went to a struggling organization that helped build them up. For instance, if he would have went to like Sacramento, or if he would have went and joined Dame Lillard in Portland, and they got them a chip out there, we'd be having a different conversation. But this man is literally going to the best team at the time every time he's leaving, and that kind of leaves a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. For instance, you went to the Warriors when they were the best. Granted, they were good already without you. Just made them better.
They were all-time great.
Then you see Kyrie and Harden and everybody going over here, so you jump over there because they're projected to be the number one team in the East. That didn't work out.
He went to the team that was 73-9. He went to presumably the best team ever to play in the NBA.
And then the shit didn't work out in Brooklyn, and you jump over to one of the West best teams over there. I think they might have been number 1 or number 2 at the time, and you jump over there when they already winning. It's like you jump in bandwagons with teams who are already winning, and then you just bring your little bit. Now, I understand it, but it's hard for me to give you certain accolades. If you win with them, you get the ring, you do it. But it's hard for me to push that past Steph, who has sat here through injury, stayed with one team, seen the jumbles, and still made it work with other niggas and got them rings. It's just a little more organic. And it means more to me.
We really splitting hairs here, so anything we say negatively about KD, it is not like this is the worst thing in the world.
No,
you know
he's winning. You're winning.
But
the point of the game is to win.
To be said for making
but the
that
way
happen
you're winning,
you are.
the way you're winning.
You know what I'm saying? But KD, I want to make the argument in his favor though. If they need a missing piece, that's kind of in his favor too, in an argument as far as him being a mercenary. Because if he go in, Phoenix, they okay. They were okay. They were in the finals. And maybe
they weren't winning.
Maybe
they were winning seasons, but they weren't winning championships.
But they didn't win. They didn't win the way that shit was set up. With KD, you got a shot at winning. You know what I'm saying? No matter how good 73-9 sound, they lost in the finals. Right. They won the next 2 years with KD, and he was the MVP. Right. If he go here and he the MVP and they win, and then if he do go to like a Portland, don't let him go to like Portland and win and be the MVP. He's better than Steph at that point in time. He ain't better than him right now. But the whole mercenary thing works if you, like you say, if you go to a team that's been struggling, who ain't got no shot. If you go and you do that then, and bring a championship to some place that nobody's fucking going, then I would actually say, yeah, because there's something to be said for that too. It's nice to be organic and stay home, but it's also crazy as hell to just know you that good, crazy good to know you that good, where you can just take your show on the road wherever the fuck you go. Y'all about to win not just games, but championships.
If you would have went to Sacramento, I would have felt different.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that. That makes sense.
That's a fact.
That's a huge fact. I think, and right now, no, because of what Steph has done simply for the game of basketball. When you look at their stats, KD has accomplished more. But I think when you look at what Steph has done, he's changed the game of basketball from a high school to college to even an elementary school level, where guys are more or less, instead of going in for the dunk, you have kids pulling up the 3 on the fast break.
You think he changed the game for the better?
Yes and no.
That's here.
It's the evolution of the game.
Yeah,
it's inevitable.
I mean, just as much as you have Steph taking threes, people are looking at you're gonna have a lot of big men coming into the league. So I could definitely see that game going back to being more physical.
No 3-line to a 3-line to people going 10 feet behind the 3 line to people going to half court. It's the evolution of the game, shooting further and further away. Soon we just gonna have niggas stepping out on the half court.
I feel like there's an argument that needs to be made for what's aesthetically, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What people would like to see. You know what I'm saying? Like in baseball, do you like the home run or do you like the no hitter? You know what I'm saying? Like what appeals to you most? Because like shooting from the outside is pretty cool when it go in, but like if you're in the league and you're a great shooter, if you shoot enough of them bitches, you supposed to be hitting some of them. It ain't like they're hitting them every time. But what's more appealing to me though was niggas getting dunked off, and I feel like motherfuckers gotten away from that part. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to catch a hat.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that shooting cool, but I'm trying to catch one of these,
man,
dog.
the body out here. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all
What's up with the chest joint? The DeMar DeRozan. You know what I'm saying? DeMar DeRozan is the king of the mid range now. That's dope. But I remember back in the day when you had to get the fuck out the way of this motherfucker, man. DeMar DeRozan in Toronto would dunk the shit out you, dog.
Yeah,
he couldn't shoot like that, but he would, man, get out the way.
Yeah, he was nice, bro.
For game and all that, get out the way.
A lot of people forget that. I mean,
He
Rich
putting it
Jefferson
around.
too.
For real.
I don't know. I also feel like Steph has accomplished more with less. I think when you look at as much as people like to pretend. I think as much people like to pretend, it doesn't matter how you win a championship. It does, and I think Steph has done it pretty much with just his core pieces.
I like that.
It's been with Draymond and Clay. Yes, Durant was been there, but he's also won too without Durant.
When you say how Steph won, you talking about organically with the team and staying and all those things, but also how he won was not being the best player on his own team.
Thank you.
Every time he won, Steph was never the MVP. He just got his first MVP last year.
Thank you. But that's the
something,
selflessness of him. That's what I'm saying. Like,
man, that sound good, bud.
No. But working
I don't know.
as a unit in a team and learning how to gel. Like, for instance, KD don't never stay with a team long enough to get enough organic vibes to know when a motherfucker cut to the throw. He can get those passes sometimes because he's a professional. But when you know, I'm watching these guys. I'm watching they just passing and dude popping up knowing where the ball goes.
That's the culture.
It's a little different because you work within a system and the system's been consistent. Because I've seen them winning in a consistent system before KD got there. I'm yet to really see KD win in a system that's been consistent like that. Without the Warriors. That's what I'm saying. I like his game. But there was a reason why his game, worked out so fucking well over there. You know what I'm saying? How they got him so open on time. They moved that ball. They don't move that ball in Brooklyn like that. And I'm not saying Phoenix don't do it, but I still gotta see it. I still think they're a favorite myself.
He gonna get his regardless. KD this year, 56% from the field. That's the highest.
Dog,
that's the highest field goal percentage from any 50, 40, 90 dude ever. 50 fucking percent from the fucking field. You can put this motherfucker anywhere.
I mean, but like
It's
I
a
said,
dog, bro.
like I said,
It's a sharpshooter.
I think
Crazy.
you also have to take into consideration he's had a lot of help. Almost every team he's been on, he's had
the most help.
He's had multiple.
Him and LeBron's had the most help.
Can I ask you this? Who do you think is more of a talent? Do you think? Because I think KD is more of a talent.
Yeah.
Then you know what I'm saying? So he's more of a talented player. He doesn't have a better NBA career than Steph, but I feel like he's a more talented player.
Yeah,
You're a 7-foot shooter. How aren't you?
I know. That's the whole thing.
We're talking about a 7-foot shooter compared to a 6'2" or 6'1" or 6'3", my bad, point guard. Of course, you're going to be the more talented. You're physically the more talented person.
But with that being said, if KD is the better talent, and then like he goes and wins the ring in fucking Portland and Phoenix, then that's four. If that's 4 rings apiece, it's all about it's a pick 'em. Like how do you like your ring? Stay in one place or being a mercenary? Papa was a Rolling Stone. Whatever you like, his hat was his own type shit.
I get it, but
that was the thing I was gonna say is that I feel like personally that if KD was to win 2 more rings, then I think
I feel that.
then I think I would. I put it this way, because KD has had more help, he has to at least match Steph in rings for me to say that KD is better.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it.
Well, you talking about help on the floor?
Yeah, the help on the floor as far
Because
as
KD
teammates.
never had a coach like Steve Kerr. To your point, and when he did, that shit was looking smooth for the Raptors.
That was the best version of Kevin Durant.
You're right. So Steph has had that help. All of these rings, he's had that help. He's had the best coach maybe in the game.
But he's never.
as far as
There's
the system,
been times he could have left those.
offensive, defensive help.
When he was at his height, he could have skipped. He could have went, but he said, "You know what? I'm gonna stay with Clay. I'm gonna stay with Draymond. We're gonna keep them together."
Well, that's
it's that
exactly
fight.
what I mean, but he had a lot of help though. These are all NBA guys though, and Draymond Green, and Defensive Player of the Years, and Klay Thompson, all NBA teams. Both of these guys made All-Star games.
But
plus, you got maybe one of the best coaches of all time. The way they move the ball, Steve Kerr. I've always said Steve Kerr
That's a fact.
wanted to be a coach so he can devise a system to get little niggas the ball for shots because they wasn't giving him the ball enough for shots. And I'll stick to that to the day. I promise. But
it's an anti-mic system. We ain't gonna let one person run this team. We all gonna be
exactly. You know what I'm saying? And then he found the perfect little motherfucker to do it.
Keep talking about that. Keep talking about that. We're talking about Steve Kerr was a great bench player. Moving on, top 5 bench players of all time that you will want on your team going into the playoffs.
I got like
Just
10
to let y'all know, Matthew Dellavedova is not on my fucking
He not on my list neither. We talking all time, nigga.
Matthew Dellavedova started anyway. He was the starter in the finals.
Thank
what are
you,
talking
man.
about?
He ain't on my list, man. We on
got
greatest
that,
overall,
man.
man. Come on, man. It's over. 100 years of basketball type shit. We out here playing games.
We're gonna go each guy on the list. Top 5 players. And number 5, where you got Hendo? That top 5 bench players you want on your team going into the playoffs all time.
Coming in number 5, Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr.
Facts. Steve Kerr was a sharpshooter, nigga. There's nobody you can get to be a better clutch shooter. Steve Kerr was the type of dude, he didn't even play a lot. You put him in, he can strike fire, and if you need him in a clutch moment, he can hit for you. Niggas ain't tell me shit about he's one of the most successful players and coaches ever.
Steve
His
Kerr.
shooting percentage was really amazing.
Yeah,
He was
great,
Craig Hodges was making them bitches all the time.
Number 5, who you got?
I'm just trying to pick some motherfuckers y'all ain't got gonna show me gonna have some of the same.
Oh, I
dudes.
got backups, don't even worry.
Yeah, I got
Big
50
freedom.
backups. So I'm gonna start at Danny Ainge.
Ooh, I like
Danny
that.
Ainge backed up with the Celtics.
Real risky with that. I like that.
But then he backed up, man. This dude was in the finals the 2 consecutive years with 2 different teams, and he was killing both times.
Yeah.
With Phoenix and Portland. Portland in '92,
Portland, yeah.
then Phoenix in '93.
Yeah, Danny Ainge. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was giving them
He's
buckets
a
out there.
phenomenal baseball player too.
Yeah.
And a
They
very
said
good
that, yeah.
GM, man. Still, that's a good on them picks.
He in Utah now,
Utah,
ain't he?
yeah.
He out there in Utah.
Yeah, they getting ready.
Yeah. At number 5, I had to go with the microwave.
Ooh.
Benny Johnson.
Excellent.
Johnson, he said he
Benny
eat up quick.
Johnson, 2-time champ.
Excellent off
12
my
points
list.
per game, 3.2 rebounds,
What the
3.3 assists. My grandma, rest in peace, she could not stand Benny Johnson. Every time he came into the game, I could hear in my head, she said the same thing. Here come this old liver lip motherfucker.
Oh shit, he's liver lipped. I ain't heard that in a minute.
R.I.P. Old liver lip, Benny Johnson, man. Much respect, great businessman. Yeah, Benny
Great
Johnson. I got
businessman.
him. If I'm having a team, I gotta have a microwave on my bench, especially going into the playoffs. Benny Johnson. Who you got, Hendo? Number 4.
Oh, number 4, headband, man. Jason Terry.
Ah,
Jason Terry, man. Hey, Jason Terry, man. Hey, a man of many talents. We'll just say it like that. My man, he can shoot the 3. He can run your second unit. He was great coming off the bench. He made a living coming off the bench. He said, "No, y'all can start. I'll come up in about 5 minutes."
I like that. I like that.
Shout out to headband, man.
Shout out,
Bald head
Jason Terry,
motherfucker.
man. Who you got, B.I.?
pick another one that y'all may not pick. Tony Kukoc.
Oh.
Man. Tony Kukoc.
I like that. I like that. I like that. That's a long time pick. I like that.
He's
Man.
a champion.
Low-key, you skeeted with that one.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was thinking y'all might do it. I don't know.
At number 4, Tony Kukoc.
Oh, it's foul play amongst the people.
Oh man, see y'all done picked. I should have.
It's foul play, man.
I'm trying to.
All the
pick
niggas
the
out here,
same
y'all could've
motherfuckers,
picked.
dog.
I can't make this
This
shit up.
nigga, dog.
Tony
Three-time
Kukoc,
champion.
3-time champion, 11.6 points per game, 4.2 assists, 4.2 rebounds, 3.7 assists. The waiter is what they used to
The
call
waiter.
Tony Kukoc is basically born in the wrong era. You talk about a 6'10", 6'11" guy that can handle the rock, shoot, at times when motivated, can play solid defense, especially good weak side help because of his size.
Titty was so nice, bro.
Like I say,
Tug is
I
nice,
would have loved to see what Tony Kukoc numbers would have
Croatian
been.
sensation.
Yeah,
Croatian
I would
sensation.
have loved to see what his numbers
dog.
would have been.
He might have been better than somebody
if
else's
he didn't
best player
play
on
with
some
the
other
Bulls.
team.
If he was the number one guy on the team, I would have loved to see what his numbers would have been.
What's
But
dude name?
Tony
Miritic.
Kukoc.
If
And he was a lefty.
If Miritic would have had dribbles and could go to the basket and could make them shots, that's what he remind me of. He had a similar shot like him, but he just wasn't consistent like Tony. Plus, Tony played D.
Nah.
This ain't the same.
Just go on to number 3. Just go to number 3. Not
Yeah,
no. Nah,
They had
no.
shot like the same.
Yeah, that's about it.
No, that's what I'm saying. He reminded me of the little shot he had.
I've
Coming number
never
3?
seen Miritic play NBA basketball.
What?
How long was he in the league?
Like 4 or 5 years.
Oh.
He went to the Pelicans
Y'all
after.
seen him play?
One reason he left because he got into it with Bobby Portis. Nigga, we had to make a
He had a little
decision.
fine streak back then.
No,
I
you
wasn't
thinking
checking
about
out.
what you talking? You thinking about Darko Milicic?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Who
You
the hell
talking
y'all
about the one that got fired on?
Yeah.
He had the whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
He was nice.
That's what I'm saying. He was supposed to be like they was always
Yeah, he
compared.
was
They
nice.
always showed like him and
Number
Lil
44.
Kukoc. Yeah, they showed
He
him
was
and Lil
nice.
Kukoc. They had like the same little shot, but he wasn't. Kukoc
Remember
played way better
Bobby
deep.
Portis that's why Bobby Portis got traded. Remember Bobby Portis hit the motherfucker in the
Oh,
eye?
Yeah,
that ball.
him.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
nice.
that
That's what
ball.
I'm saying.
right.
That's
He was nice.
Miritic.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
he
what I'm
is
saying. They had a
he was
similar.
back overseas.
They had a similar game style. That's all.
Yeah.
Tony was just way better.
Yeah, Tony was way better.
Yeah. Back to number 3 then.
Number
Yeah.
3.
Coming back number 3, Andre Iguodala, man.
I like that.
Coming off the bench is when he took it.
I like that.
Started his whole life. Got the best play, man. Coming off the bench, man.
I like that.
A Finals MVP.
Should have went to
Iggy.
Sam. But that's here nor there. That's here nor there.
Yeah, number 3. Man, this is tough. I'm gonna go ahead and say Dennis Rodman. I'm gonna say Dennis
Ooh.
Rodman.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he was coming off the
Ooh.
bench, and then Michael Wild was like, go ahead and take that spot, you know what
You trying to finesse that in
He
there.
did.
You trying to
He
finesse
did.
that.
I like
one.
that. I like that.
I did.
You did. You
I
finessed
finessed
it.
it.
Yeah. That was, he had to call out years and shit, man.
But that's
Yeah.
when they became champions.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. You ain't
When
wrong.
he started.
I ain't saying you wrong. I just say you
He was
finessed
a
it.
Great bench player.
65. I need 62 out.
At
Yeah,
number
oh, wow.
3. At number 3, I had
62.
one-time defensive player of the year. He did it coming off the bench all year. Michael Cooper.
Oh,
8.9
That
points
was
per
dope.
game, 3.2
Yeah,
rebounds, 4.2
Oh, wow.
assists, and also 5-time champ. And what a lot of people forget, Michael Cooper was a phenomenal three-pointer shooter by the end of his career. Would absolutely lock your ass up. If you don't believe me, ask him. He actually told
He
JJ
said
Redick
ask
that
him.
he will lock his ass up in those exact words. So,
Except
but
when Kobe, when they drafted everything about drafting Kobe, he
Huh?
said all them elbows came out. He played Kobe 1-on-1, man.
He
Before
said
they
all them
drafted
elbows.
him. He said, this is Michael Cooper word. He said, man, all these elbows came out from this kid. He said, I knew right there, and they need to get this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Just turning around and, you know what I'm saying? You know how you create space and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah,
Kobe's
Bane.
that deal.
Yeah, Bane is nice, bro. One of the greatest. One of the top 11 greatest players of all time.
It's
Kobe Bean Bryant. Number 2.
The disrespect.
top 10, though.
Number 2, man.
Flex
Top
it.
number 2, man. And I'm surprised y'all don't even know this, man.
Fluctuating.
Big shot, Rob Horry, baby.
Yeah.
Robert Horry, man. You not
Right.
talking about Ben bench, man, unless you talk about Robert Horry. This man, another man, made a living off coming off the bench, playing mediocre defense, decent to none, grabbing boards and hitting big shots when they counted. And we ain't talking about twos, we talking about threes. And this man wasn't no consistent three-point shooter, not at all. But when it came down to the end game and you needed it,
he can shoot them.
nah, hell
He
nah.
been able to shoot them
But
threes
when
since
you
he-
needed him to, he gonna make it.
24.
He gonna make it. When you need him to, you like, man, look, we down by 2. All right. Fine, Bob. I mean, hey,
Get the ball.
yeah, mama gonna come with a long ass Al
Hold
Horford
on, we
looking
got
shit.
Shaq. We got Kobe. Get the ball to Bob.
Fine, Bob.
Get the
Bob,
ball
hey,
to Bob.
hey, Bob standing at the top of the key. Hey, ready. Hey, that big ass nigga ready. Get it to Bob.
We got Tim Duncan. We got
Nah. We
That's a great pick.
get the Bob.
That's a great pick.
Number 2. Who
I'm
you
going my new man. My
got?
new dog.
Ooh.
That dude.
Ooh.
Major.
Off the bench.
Yeah, he's
Rarity. It was a rarity. It was.
Yeah, he was
I
off
do
the bench.
remember. I do remember.
He came off the bench.
He
I
came
do
off
remember.
the bench for the most of that
He
shit.
came off the bench most of the time. It was surprising. They had they might have Vinny. I want to say during that first stint they had Vinny. Vinny
I
at the
can't
2.
remember who the fuck
They had
was
Vinny
on
Del
that.
Negro at the 2.
I was always say they did when
They had Vinny when they
started.
first.
He didn't play with Vinny Del Negro.
He didn't.
He didn't play with Vinny Del Negro.
They might have had Bruce Bowen in the spot type shit.
Yeah, that
It might have been
Del
Bruce
Negro
Bowen, nigga. I'm trying to tell you, it might have been Bruce Bowen.
Avery
That was
Johnson.
Avery Johnson.
Yeah, that was before my new.
That was a four. Yeah, that was their first championship.
Yeah,
that was their first. That's what I meant.
99 when the Bulls won,
Yeah.
it was a shorter season.
Yeah.
We definitely won that. But
Absolutely.
go
Yeah, absolutely.
I digress.
ahead.
At number 2, I had Derek Fisher.
Ooh.
Derek Fisher.
That motherfucker was clutch too with his
One
little
of-
funny head ass.
One of only I think three-fourth starter or point guards to have 5 rings. 231 career playoff threes, 40% from three-point line in the playoffs, and also has several game winners. Derek
I like
Fisher.
that.
I absolutely have to have
Yeah.
Derek Fisher on my team. Number one playoff role player that you would have on your team going into the playoffs. Endo.
What's my man? I think he was 2-time or 3-time sixth
Jordan
man
Poole.
of the year. Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Crawford.
I knew somebody was
Oh,
going
wow.
to say
Jamal Crawford will come off the bench and light your ass the fuck up. Dog will come off the bench and put up 30 on your ass, and he gonna sit back down. Man. Jamal nasty, man, and
Never worked on a shot, which is crazy.
That's
never. He just was pure.
Yeah, he was just natural.
And another thing I also think of, I do believe, I think he averaged some of the most and ones in 1 year too. They just kept fouling. He was just getting layoffs up.
I feel like I heard that before.
I think he has the most and ones, 3-point plays or whatever. Yeah, because dog is nasty.
He
It was
dropped
some-
50. He dropped 50 the last season he played. It seemed like somebody should have picked him back up. I don't know how this motherfucker come off the bench.
Jamal was just so naturally talented, you know, and it was hard not to see him get a ring because he was like, damn, I know he gonna get one. Then you see him retire, it's like, damn, he ain't get one.
Yeah.
You know, and he was one of those guys that, you know, AI story. You would love to see that motherfucker got a ring. Had a chance to get close, but just somebody was better.
I don't know the number, but I heard this in the Reggie. I think it was a Reggie Jackson movie, or it was some movie, or maybe it was football. But he was like, you know how many champions it is? And he told him the number. He said, nah, this is how many people that play, and this is the number of champions. There's only a few champions, really. It's a lot, and there's been a lot of teams, but only one team can win out of 26 to 30 goddamn teams every mother effing year. So that's way more people that's not winning. So
Right.
when we see people retire without it, it's like, man,
Just
well, man,
high
those
talent.
motherfuckers ain't gonna get it.
When you see high talent, we understand certain cats ain't gonna get there. But when you see high talent not get one, that's when you like, damn,
Yeah.
that's tough. You know, when you see like Sean Kemp, and you know what I'm saying, like Patrick Ewing, when they ain't get one, you like, man. Larry Johnson, he was like, damn, I could have swore he was gonna get one. When they don't get one, you like, damn, okay. Dallas Shrimp and the Pacers, you was like, damn, they might if they get, and they can't get that. They teams that you thought was gonna be like elite. Hell, we probably said that about the 76ers a few times. You know what I'm saying? We just seen a few times like, man, that's gonna be their year. And then Kawhi Leonard come out the blue and shoot a shot and they hit every part of the rim and go in and y'all lose the games.
Yeah, he was killing motherfuckers that year.
This shit too.
My number one pick, he already took, man. Rob Boyd.
Robert
He the best motherfucking role player ever.
Yeah.
Like, this motherfucker got bowl rings and mic and shit.
Man,
Same. I took Robert Ory, 7-time champ, averaged 7 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, 2.1 assists for his career. Never lost. Robert Ory did some crazy research. Never lost a first round game ever. 16-0.
Rob Horry, baby.
16-0.
Big shot.
He's third all time ever in playoff wins with
Shout out to Big
155
Shot, man.
wins.
I mean, he owe a lot to his team, though. He came in playing next to Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hey,
Then he
hey.
went and played with Shaq.
Hey,
Then he
hey.
went and played with Tim Damn
But
Duncan.
that was my point. He hit playoff. Check this out. He had playoff game winners with the Rockets. He hit 2 with the Spurs, and he hit a game winner with 2 with the Lakers, and he also hit another one with the Spurs.
Yeah.
He is regarded as the most clutchest role player ever.
Man,
Robert Ory,
it ain't even close.
And I'm the only nigga that be calling on this nigga. I'm telling you, man.
Close,
I'm the
dog.
only motherfucker yelling this nigga name sometimes, man.
He
Big
the
shot,
coldest
Rob,
role
man.
player ever, dog.
Man.
On the
Yeah,
real.
if you go into a
7 of
playoff
them.
game, I think it's pretty much unanimous.
You got it.
Game
You gotta
winners.
have Big Shot Rob.
Let me get the big on me.
Them old Celtics motherfuckers had some role players, but they wasn't hitting game winners.
I'm not like. I mean, Hondo made it cool, but yeah.
Man.
But to be a person who don't shoot a lot of threes, though, and that was always my thing. It'd be different coming from like Kobe or, you know, at the time, Kenny Jet Smith. You know what I'm saying? It'd been different if they were the ones. But he always finding himself in a position for a three that he don't shoot a lot of, comfortable ice, and making it in the most clutchest times. Bro. That's tough to me. That's like asking Giannis to be down by 2, and they got 2 seconds left, and he wide open at the 3 line because they ain't give it to him, and he come through every time and winning championships and playoff games like this, though. That's
Man,
that's tough.
talking
That's
about
just like one of that.
talking about playoff games, man. We wanted to do a little something here today, man. We wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit. We want to do a little bit of fantasy basketball. And what we did was we want you guys out there to participate as well. We picked our top 5 all-time playoff matchups that you would want to see. Now that would mean a 7-game series, 2 players that you would love to see go at it in a 7-game series. We each picked top 5 2 players that we would love to see go at it in a 7-game playoff series. Y'all let us out there know some matchups that you would like to see. Who wants to kick it off, man? What's one matchup you would love to see in a 7-game playoff series?
What Bernie Mac said. Coming in at number 5 for me.
Okay.
Matchup I would love to come down to see is KG versus KD.
Ooh. Whoa.
I think this is a matchup of just pure mental. You got one of the best shooters compared to like one of the most epic all-around defenders. Also, just the mentality. KG's mind to not let you score on him is great. This man went through a whole Olympic team, D'ing up the whole Olympic team without letting them score. We talking about it going court back up and down consecutively. I think that's static for KD, but KD got that shot. And he right his height with you, so that's gonna come down to a heavy.
That'll be a hard.
They don't really
7-game.
play the same position, but I would still love to see it.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey, it don't matter when there's a height.
No,
7-7.
No, it all depends. If you can put KD at the 4. They play.
I mean,
KD
motherfuckers
at the
have
4.
done that, but we
Yeah.
know this is a different day and age, and that's the difference right there.
That's true.
Because KD can't guard no goddamn KG.
That's
You see what I'm saying? Why these young bucks be talking that shit?
That's why it's tough, though.
Yeah, you can run the four now with the way they play.
I
You
took
can't
that.
run the four back then.
I
He
definitely
can't
took-
even guard Larry
I
Johnson.
definitely took that.
And he's
into
taller than
consideration.
Larry Johnson.
Number 5, B.I. Who he's playoff.
Draymond Green against Dennis Rodman. Oh yeah, I want to see him go down.
That's
I want to see it.
Spicy.
I want to see
okay.
it. Guaranteed.
It's hot. Let me hit this
Yeah.
ball.
Let
I
me,
know what they do.
Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
ahead.
I
I'm
said
gonna go
exactly.
ahead. I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh
and-
yeah.
We'll go ahead and kick it. Let's kick it off. Then we getting spicy. Why not?
Yeah.
I would love to see in a 7-game playoff series Penny Hardaway against Derrick Rose.
That's
I
tough.
would love to see that. Derrick Rose going downhill on Penny. Penny being able to possibly post up against Rose.
He could definitely post up on that.
You know, so I mean, but Derrick Rose is strong. So Derrick Rose, a prime Derrick Rose, possibly push him off his spot. You know what I'm saying? He has no problems getting physical. That would be a phenomenal 7-game series. Penny against against Derrick Rose. Number 4, Hendo. Playoff matchups you would love to see.
Coming in at number 4 for me, and this one that's going to be debatable by a mile, I guess. But
you always go.
Bill Russell versus LeBron James, prime. And the reason I say that's debatable is because, man, we both talking about guys who are both athletically insane in they prime.
Yeah, that's true.
And this will be a tough matchup to me because they both kind of have. It's gonna be tough. They size up right. Put it like that. They size up right.
They do. And Bill can't play on the perimeter. That's a lot of people gonna talk like that. Well, that would be kind of tough because he's strong, and that's from a mental standpoint.
Right.
From a mental standpoint, I would like to see if he can get underneath LeBron's skin. That would be tough. Number 4.
KD,
I like that Bill Russell.
Scottie Pippen.
Oh, I like that too. That's always gonna be a debate for me.
I want to see it. Scottie got them angles on defense. So it ain't about you. You talking about the way Derrick Rose can push Penny off his spot. Oh yeah, Scottie doing all of that. And he doing a whole bunch of when you got the ball cutting you off. Don't bring the ball up the corner. You about to go where he tell you to go.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. He definitely turning.
He gonna keep turning.
He definitely turning.
That's how Mike used to be lurking. Just
catch you.
I'm trying to tell you, dog. You gonna turn you over here.
Mike catch your ass looking the other way because Scotty's sweating you.
I'm trying to tell you.
That would be crazy, man. Fuck it, man. We're gonna get a little nasty. At number 4, what I would love to see in a 7-game series, 2 players go at it: Isaiah Zeke Thomas and Rajon Rondo. In a 7-game series. That would be a chess match. I would love to see that. Rajon defense, Isaiah defense, Rajon ability to put pressure on the defense with his ability to catch, you know what I'm saying, be able to find people. All those fucking backdoor screens Isaiah gonna have to go through, especially playing in Boston. That would be a fun fucking series. Isaiah and Rajon Rondo. I would love to see. People forget how good Prime. I think Rondo's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I think Prime Rondo is right up there with any outside of Magic. He is right up there.
Got 3 rings.
Yeah.
I mean, offensively, was definitely a lot.
One with the Celtics.
They got 2.
He got 2. He got one with the Lakers.
Yeah, the 2. My bad. Yeah.
We got one with the Lakers.
One with the Lakers.
One with the Lakers and
one with the Celtics.
Yep.
Yeah, we got 2. Yeah. Because, one with the Lakers, we had his son drinking out the bottle while he's sitting on the...
Oh, yeah, I seen that. That picture was epic.
Yeah.
I'm real sad y'all ain't noticed what I was doing with it. I'm just going down the list of starters for the Bulls and Golden State. But
He was stupid as hell.
He funny as hell.
Who you got?
Somebody else.
Number 3, Hendo.
Number 3 for
matchups
me.
you would love to see.
Klay Thompson versus Rip Hamilton.
That would be hard.
Ooh.
That would be
2
hard.
sharpshooters in their prime. They both run the same.
Running around chasing.
They both run the same damn game. They the same nigga.
They both shooting and then run back on defense and chasing the motherfucking shit the whole time. That shit, he run around here.
That's all you gonna see is
I
all
was
these
going to
three.
say Reggie, but that's even better.
Dog, them niggas will be running all.
That's all they gonna do.
Floor, dog, both of these niggas. That shit would be fucking hilarious, dog.
Right, that's what
I would love to see that shit, dog. I just imagine these.
I didn't think about that one. I was like, man, this one, man, that boggled me. I gotta see that in a 7-game series. That boggled me. I don't know who gonna catch that one.
All right,
I would love to see that.
All right, man, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give y'all a real pick, man. Instead of just going down the line of Golden State versus the Bulls, because I swear to God, that's what I wrote down. I swear to God, that's what I wrote down. But I love to see Michael Jordan versus LeBron James.
Okay.
Prime versus Prime. Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's the
nice.
biggest debatable thing. You should say that for number 1.
Yeah, I probably should have.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have something else.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that, bro.
I'm just thinking of
No,
the
it's good.
because I had a bogus
You
choice.
freelanced that
You
one.
good?
You freelanced that
Yeah, I
one.
did, but I really want to see it.
We
I really want to see.
gonna need your number one to come right though.
That's true.
At number 3,
I got something for you.
excuse me, I got the hiccups. At number 3, I got I would love to see in a 7-game series Wilt Chamberlain and Shaquille O'Neal.
Damn.
That's
Wilt,
tough.
Wilt and
I
Shaq.
just thought about that as the one. That's what.
Wilt and Shaq in a 12-game series. Excuse me, Wilt and Shaq in a
I'm about to
12-game
say
series.
12 or
Oh,
7.
I mean, excuse me, 7-game series.
12. Were we amping the pet yet?
7-game
I
series.
always wanted to see that though.
Yeah, I would love to see that in a 7-game series.
Yeah, that's the big
A
debate.
prime Shaq and prime Wilt is actually in Philly. That's prime Wilt in Philly. Excuse me, in Philly. So
Yeah,
prime
strong
Wilt,
as hell.
Shaq. So that's
Fast
what I
as
would love
hell.
to see. Excuse me, Hendo, number 2.
Number 2. Man, this was wild to me because I had to think about it, man. Stephen Curry versus Allen Iverson. Prime.
Wow.
Same size, same speed. Steph got the shot. AI had the finish and the mid range. Who's stopping who? AI might get your ankles, but then Steph can hit from a mile. And AI do not play up defense that far. And he do not play up that far. He will sag back on you and wait for you to miss. Let's be real. He can get some steals, but he ain't getting many on Prime Steph. I mean, we seen what Prime Steph was doing to Chris Paul. He had him proposing on one knee. But I'm just, I think that's a chess match right there. That's a chess match. 'Cause that's a lot of movement. That's a lot of movement.
That's tough. That is tough. That would be tough, bro.
Hey, man.
I'm AI player. AI, he can play D.
Yep. But I mean, Prime Steph can too. The thing about Prime Steph, he's staying in front of you. He ain't getting a shit ton of steals, but he's staying in front of you. He contesting your shot.
Now he can steal. They both will. They both because AI led the league in steals, and so was Steph. Who you got?
AI's defense was tougher than Steph's though.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel. But I feel like Steph shot.
AI can guard Steph, but Steph can't guard AI.
But AI not guarding that deep shot though. He not getting that shot too fast for it.
For Steph shot is too fast.
Steph got a real fast release going up like this. It don't take much to him. So he get right here. He let that
I
motherfucker
feel
go.
like as long as you near Steph, you might, you know what I'm saying, he might miss. You know what I'm saying? As long as you close enough to him, you don't have to actually be in the air with him to block it. I think that's what a lot of
He can
people
get to that shot anytime he want, and it take a half a second to get to that. I go off the quickness of the shot.
If I'm right there under him, I'll let him shoot it.
But we talking about being able to get screens and all that though too.
Yeah.
And as soon as AI catch one of them screens from Draymond or something like that, he out the picture. We know that. But once he's stealing right here, that shot.
About the team.
Well, I'm just saying,
Steph is
this is a 7-game series, but
no buckets in the interior on Dikembe Mutombo.
I mean,
So that ain't going.
nah, man, we talking about that's a different battle, man. We let Prime go down. That's Bogut might be handling that. Let him go down there. But anyways, we talking about other niggas too. They soft as other niggas.
Number 2.
T-Mac, KD.
Mm.
I just want to see what happened. T-Mac is around that size. About what?
He a little shorter, but his
6'9".
his reach make him same height.
And his hops make him
Right, the same height.
Dugging the shit out this motherfucker.
The same damn height, fucking with me.
KD ain't jumping like that.
Number 2 matchup all time. I would love to see Larry Bird and Kevin Durant in a 7-game
KD all over his
series.
list.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. Larry's, a lot of people forget Larry was like 6'10".
Well,
Bobby?
6'9".
He was like 6'9".
A lot of people think
I mean,
6'9".
you had NBA players say he was like close to 6'10".
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was. I just saw an interview, but he was
They
saying
had
that
them
Larry
froze
Bird
back in the day,
was
too,
6'10". Yeah, but even 6'9", and the thing, me and my brother had that argument. He actually, me and him talked the following day. He was like, bro, you made a good point. I had to think about that because he was saying he didn't think Larry Bird would be as successful as today's NBA. And I said, bro,
the shooter should be okay.
I said, bro, think about it. Larry Bird, from a talent standpoint, like, he wasn't that great. From an athletic standpoint, he wasn't great. He was witty and he was fucking 6'10". I say, dog, 2 best players in the league right now are unathletic fucking white boys. Jokic and fucking Doncic. Now, I think Giannis is the best, but you can't say neither one of them are two of the top 5 best players in the league.
They are.
So you mean to tell me a prime Larry Bird wouldn't at least be a top 3 player in the fucking league?
That's valid.
At least?
Yeah.
His IQ of the game.
At least?
He was fast too back
and
then.
people
Think of old Larry.
Yeah.
Young Larry was going to get up and down that floor.
Yeah.
People sometimes forget how important the IQ of the game is too. You can be athletic, and you can be super freakish talent, but IQ is the most valued possession in the game. You could be slow, you cannot jump, you can not even jump when you shoot free throw flat-footed. As long as your IQ is of a certain level, you're gonna be successful.
Yeah. Ask Stromile Swift how much athleticism, how far athleticism will get you.
Shot.
Or Tyrus Thomas.
Shot.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Number 1 all-time playoff matchup, Hendo.
I would love to see Shaquille O'Neal versus Joel Embiid.
Oh.
I would love to see that. It's a battle of two
Inside,
titans, inside outside. Just because one of Shaq's biggest weaknesses is coming out that paint,
That's true.
and the best thing that Joel Embiid does is score outside the paint, as well as having a bag inside the paint and a nice shot around the perimeter. And I think that stretches Shaq out past his comfort zone, and he might struggle a little bit, and that might give Embiid a little trouble. But at the same time, you got to think about Shaq's strength. Shaq is stronger than he looks. He can literally just put his arm up and guide you to where he wants you to go and contest you into a shot, and don't have to contest your shot, just your body. And I tell people, when they see Shaq and he's like, oh, he didn't put a lot of points, look how much defense he played when he was making prime people who were scoring 20 points and averaging 25 and stuff like that down low, and he was holding them to like 5 and 8 points. 5 because they would make a shot and then hit the free throw because he fouled. Shit like that. So yeah, I think that'd be a great matchup for me to see.
That would be really fun to see. Number 1 playoff matchup.
Number 1, what I would pay to go see. Dr. J.
Ooh.
Vince Carter.
Ooh.
I would like to see that shit right there. That seemed like some I like them dunks.
Ooh, that would be hard.
And they mentally strong too, so they ain't gonna. It's gonna be hard to get none of these.
I don't know about Vince. That was one of the things. Half man, half amazing. Said that was one of the things he said. He went to Toronto and they was practicing, and they said everybody was practicing. And Vince was practicing on the other end on the court by himself. And they said it came from mentally. He was kind of soft. Is the word he kind of used. That Vince was kind of fragile. You know, so I don't know. That's coming from half man.
Shooting jumpers, I want to dunk.
And I'm a huge half man fan. But the number 1 playoff matchup that I would love to see in a 7-game series, it's not Michael Jordan, it's not Pops, because I knew somebody else would say that. It's actually, I would love to see James Harden and Allen Iverson in a 7-game series, all gas, no brakes. Prime James Harden, his step back, and a lot of people forget, man, James Harden, one of the greatest ball handlers of all time too, man.
One of the better shot creators in the league.
Absolutely.
In his prime.
When it comes to overall shot creating, you're not. James Harden has some of the best one-on ISO offense in the game.
Yeah.
But the problem is, ISO gets you so far. But man, when it comes to having a bag, dog will put it through your legs, his legs, the next man's legs, and still catch it. Yeah. I watched him play it through a dude's head, like through his, and the dude was spin and catch it. Like, dog's handles is nice. And then on the off season, he practices with was it Grayson?
Yeah. I'm surprised.
Professor.
I'm surprised I didn't hear Kyrie Irving with somebody like an AI or somebody. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be a fun series.
Yeah.
And
then Kyrie in his prime is coming to play.
AI might got under his skin, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but if he come into play.
I just think that prime Harden against AI, because I'm looking at AI. AI for one, he's going to be the primary scorer on his game, on his end. Same with James Harden, he's going to be the primary scorer. So I would love to see them guys go back and forth.
And it's crazy because Harden would probably think he's going to use his body against AI. AI know that. He going to fuck it. He going to tear that up. He used to that. That's what he was used to. Everybody thought they could body AI.
AI was great at playing the passing lanes. He was phenomenal.
Everybody thought they could use their body.
Honorable mention Kyrie and AI, like on some Kevin McHale AD shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be fun.
Kevin McHale AD.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Because AD got that height advantage. Kevin McHale's about to get you with one of these up and unders. It's been a height.
Off the books. Greg Oden and Manu Bol.
What? Damn. Manu Bol wasn't great.
He was, but I'm saying, who scored? Who scored?
We watching just to be watching two big dudes with a basketball. Nigga, just
For real.
Nigga, that's what I'm saying. No dribbles.
This game is horrible.
Shorty from Iowa dribbled one time this year.
Yeah. That's
The
nuts.
girls basketball.
What the fuck?
She's
clever
wearing that
around.
shit.
She doesn't.
She Klay Thompson.
No,
Why you gotta dribble when you
drop
shooting?
step.
Oh, she a big girl. Okay.
All she do is a drop step. She's dribbled one time this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Big fundamentals right there.
Yes.
You know
No,
what I'm saying?
She dribbled one time.
They can put it on the floor. That's been a whole coaching scheme. They can put it on the
I didn't get a chance to
floor.
watch the game, so I watched it on YouTube again. And I'm sitting there watching it, and yeah, like they talked about it. And this is the final game of the season. And Shorty don't dribble. She literally get the ball and turn and shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
Don't dribble. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what she was saying. She was like, girls in the SEC, they're not used to that. Like, nah, bitch, like, you motherfuckers at least take a dribble to gather.
Man.
Like, what
Not
the
even
fuck?
all the time. You gotta be deliberate in your movements. That's why I keep telling kids. I just seen Rasheed Wallace saying something like
I
that to a
put that
motherfucker
up.
too
Yeah.
and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And I
You
saw
gotta
Clay
be
get,
deliberate.
I saw
You
Clay
gotta
get
get
stuck
right
doing
there,
that
dog.
goofy shit.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be motherfuckers always want to be dancing laterally
Going
and all
vertical,
this type of
horizontal.
bullshit. You know what I'm saying? For real, you
Go
gotta get.
downhill.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you look at Mike play, what he doing?
He
He
go
going right in
downhill.
front of him.
No
That
way
motherfucker's
to
dribbling right past you. He gonna lower his shoulder and slide right past you.
All that
You know
left and
what I'm
right
saying?
shit was
You know what I mean?
irrelevant. He going
No,
right to
for
you.
real, right.
No
through
wasted
you.
movement, bro.
So
You know
we
what
got
I'm
some
saying?
big UFC fights tonight, man. We got my man,
Right.
man. We got my man Alex Pereira coming back, trying to get it back at Izzy, man. They running it back, man.
They
I
running
think,
back. I seen it yesterday. I'm like, oh,
I
shut
think,
up.
man, I looked in Izzy's eyes when on this press conference. He looked like, man,
He was
if
ready
he
to
loses this, he might quit.
Oh, that was
Hey, but he putting everything on the line.
That's some
He
bullshit.
putting everything on the line with this one. But the real one is the Gilbert Burns versus George Masvidal. That's the one I'm looking for right now, man.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be the big fight, man. I'm looking for Masvidal to come in to put in a big show, man. I've seen him kind of sizzle out, but I think he need this fight to be relevant again, get back in good graces with the UFC in general. So I hope Masvidal pull off this win, but I think Izzy might need to get with this, man. He got dude talking shit to him in different languages. This shit ain't sounding good for him right now, man. It ain't sounding good. Izzy got to get his shit together. You know, I'm a big Izzy fan, man, but
Absolutely.
that last fight was, you know, I don't think that was his A game. I think he bringing the A game this time.
I like that. Gotta pay these bills, man. Saturday night, man. Another great show tonight. Tonight, Saturday night, if you ain't doing nothing, man, you and your girl, I don't know, man, you playing a game, maybe playing some cards or something, maybe barbecuing. It's nice outside. Download that app, man. Bump that radio, man. Download the app. They trying to bring radio back like how it used to. It's Easter tomorrow, man. You want your car looking good? Maybe you didn't get it looked at. Maybe you get it clean this week. Take it next week. Supposed to be in the 80s next week. Take it to King KO Car Wash, man. My cousin out there, he gonna get you right if you're in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area. Also, Saturday nights, if you're hungry, man, you can go down and get you some cheesy nachos, some cheesy beefs, and all that good Chicago food from Press Break downtown La Crosse, Wisconsin, man. Our boy Snipes down there, he gonna get you right, man. All that good stuff. So check them out in Hendo, man. He got some dirty kicks. Where can they take them to if they need some fresh kicks? Where can they
You
go?
need to go out to a fresher breath.
Yes.
A breath of fresh, man. You killing me with that, man. I was just saying, man, Focus Funhouse. But anyway, a breath of fresh, man. My man Focus to get you right, man. Tell him Hendo sent you, man. Or one of the guys on Old Head Podcast, he'll look out for you. Or go all down to the closet, man. Go mess with my man JV, man. He got the freshest dunks in town. I promise you, bro. You go in there, see if he got your size. If not, he gonna get you right regardless, man.
Absolutely, man. I love it. B.I., it's that time. Please tell the people what time it is.
Man, go ahead and get on up out of here, man.
Trade your motherfucking self, young people. Who need to trade themselves this week? Who want to kick it off?
Oh, me. Puff Daddy, you need to trade your goddamn self. Sean Combs, whatever the fuck you is right now at this moment, you need to trade yourself, man.
What the fuck he do?
Man. So, coming out, man, when he made the tribute to Big, he stole Sting's song. He never agreed with Sting to do this. He just kind of made it.
Man.
So, a result, Sting kind of kept it PI and could have sued him for everything and a lot of money, but he kept it in good graces, and now he pays this man $5,000 a day. A day.
Yeah, I heard that.
And you know,
shooting in the gym.
Hey, that's not a bad deal, but at the same time, Sting could have been a dickhead about that, like I've seen other people do, and he could have put that pressure on him, got him, but he kept it real PI. He said him and Puffy are great friends, and that's respectable for $5,000. But man, god damn, $5,000 a day. At the report where they had asked him, he had said Sting said it was $2,000, which comes down to $730,000 a year. But Puffy went on there and was like, nah, it's $5,000, and that comes over to damn near $1 million a year. So man, if you got it, you got it. But man, that was a dickhead move. You should have had to clear some of that shit. You might still be able to save some of that money in your pocket. I know you got it, man, but damn. You got to trade yourself for that one. That wasn't a smart move when you did it, man. Get the okays.
And plus, you the type of nigga that's supposed to get the okays. That's like
That's your job.
You know what I'm saying?
Remix thing.
What are you doing?
Man, move on. You know where that shit is, but you just took that shit. Talking about we missing. Now you singing that to your money, because that's what you missing. All them dollars going out, $5,000 a day. We missing you. You got Faith Evans singing it while you catching the shot. Missing you.
That's
Oh, shit.
You know y'all pay that? I ain't gonna talk. Faith Evans.
Who needs to trade themselves, B.I.? Right.
Cheese and rice. Trying not to curse. Motherfucking hold on, man. Who the hell
He say that, but he didn't say
man.
motherfucking
Yeah,
I said cheese and rice.
yeah.
Boy, your ass.
I'm trying, man. I'm gonna work
Captain
hard.
Kush, baby.
Hey,
I love it.
Captain Kush, absolutely.
That's what it's about. Nah, man. All them motherfuckers who, you know what I'm saying, the NBA, all them motherfucking players and teams who just decided to go out here and lose, like last night and shit. Like they really
put a name on it. I gotta hear
I
something.
definitely was gonna put a name on it.
Oh shit, that's what I wanted. I want the juice.
First and foremost, we gonna talk about our Bulls and motherfucking Mavericks last night. Both these niggas was trying to lose, and it's funny as hell. They was playing the who the hell can lose first game, and then motherfucker just sitting niggas and shit, and then Doncic played 3 minutes. Hey man, this shit was funny as hell. Should have watched it. Hey, these motherfuckers was trying to lose, and the Bulls so whack, we lost it losing. How do you lose it losing? Man, I ain't never in my life
We
seen
won that
anybody-
game, though.
I know. We were supposed to lose.
We didn't matter. It didn't matter if we won or lost that game. It didn't. It
You know
didn't
what,
matter.
man?
It didn't.
You know what? But we sat motherfuckers like we were attempting.
Because we had it. It don't matter. If we would have lost
Yeah,
that
we still
game,
won.
if we lose the next 2 games, it don't matter. We are locked in the play because the team behind us has no way of getting up there. And I'm not trying to talk shit, but that's what they've already locked us in. No matter what. Once you get the little blue locked on the Google and they say you locked, you locked. So it ain't no way in hell we losing that spot. It didn't matter. At this point, we trying to rest cats.
Yeah.
Now I feel it, but I don't feel it. Because at this point, we got to come see a young Toronto team, and they not trying to lose. Now, we have the flexibility to compete with them and maybe even beat them. But they a little bit more thirsty than we is. We got to play like we want this right now. When we see this playing game, we got to see a hungry Bull team. And
I'm going to keep it real. This is what kind of pissed
It's
me off
impossible,
when I
but-
about Billy Donovan. Because I seen our starting lineup last night. I was like, that could actually work some days. They were little, but they started Caruso with Kobe White.
Yep.
We had young Kawhi Leonard out there at the 4, Vu at the 5. I can't remember who was at the 3. You know what I'm saying? But I was just thinking, damn, if you just throw motherfucking Levine and motherfucking what's the name in there, you know what I'm saying? I would start Caruso and be starting young Kawhi Leonard with Vu the whole time. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. I just feel like Billy Donovan just be dropping the ball with the lineups. But you know what I'm saying? So even when he fucked it up, he kind of got it right when he was trying to fuck up. And it was weird because I'm like, damn, man, when it come to losing, we ain't even good at that. Like, when we tried to lose.
What he was doing with that game was going through that motherfucking...
and seeing what it
yeah.
was. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what I kind of felt.
Lineup.
When I watched that, I was like, man, this is...
Caruso is one of the better or the best. He's the best perimeter in the league, and some few stats that they gathered.
Oh yeah, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? There's a few stats they gathered up, and they said basically he the best one. Dude, you need that in your starting lineup.
Millie, who needed to trade themselves this week?
Oh man, Jill Biden.
Jill
Biden.
Get off Jill, man. She's just trying to do it, man. She can't compete with Michelle, man. What you trying to do to her?
With Jill. I'm sorry. I feel like she pandered to people's fragility.
If I told you
using that word, like,
if I told you Jill fell off the hill, would you look at me different?
Disrespect.
In Capitol Hill,
Fragile, huh?
I said if Jill fell off Capitol Hill, would you look? No.
Oh,
Man, Jill need to go give Joe his applesauce and sit out down somewhere.
Not Sleepy Drone.
Yeah.
Don't do Sleepy Joe like that, man. Don't do Sleepy like that.
But
he a good guy, man. He fought in wars and shit, man. Fell asleep behind the seat, you know what I'm saying? A few times, man. He a good dude. Leave him alone, man.
Huh?
I just don't know how he can't get his sentences right. This motherfucker done fumble more sentences than the goddamn rookie running back. This motherfucker, he be like, man, I was like, goddamn, Joe, you can't. They got an hour clip of this motherfucker. I ain't know this motherfucker got an hour worth of talking, but they got an hour worth of him just bubbling words. I was
that nigga old as shit.
That boy,
you can't be nowhere near famous, nigga. You finna get done like that. They gonna do us like that too.
Bush ass.
I'm okay with
I'm getting Bush back in love.
Old Heads, episode 47. It is
Bush
a
love
wrap,
niggas.
man.
That nigga stupid
We
too.
need you guys to
Taking
go out there,
their shoe off,
man.
just still want
And
that
check
nigga
us
this.
out on YouTube. Please go subscribe to Old Heads. Click and subscribe. See Hendo, CEEHEN. Hendo
Probably hit that
on
nigga with that
YouTube, man. Please go subscribe. But all our follows on Facebook, we need you guys to go subscribe to us on YouTube so we can start getting paid.
Subscribe.
Old Heads episode 47. We got episode 50 coming up real soon. We got something real big in the mix for episode 50, man.
Yeah, y'all
Captain
don't even
Kush.
know.
Yeah, y'all don't even know, man.
What I'm
Y'all
talking
don't know we got something big for episode 50. Shout out to Johnny Davis, man.
Oh.
He been balling these last
Put up his
few
season
years,
high, man. 20.
He been balling, man. He actually made top plays.
Oh, he dunked on Holiday.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
dunked
dunked
on me too.
Yeah, so shout out to Johnny Davis,
Johnny, man, getting up on him, man.
Lacrosse kid,
Yes,
man,
sir.
doing this thing in Washington. So shout out to Johnny Davis, man. When you done with the season, man, come holler at us at Old Heads. Be a phenomenal, man. Be a blessing to have you come on the show. But Old Heads, episode 47 in the wrap. Episode 50. Keep watching us. Episode 50. We got some special guests coming to us, man. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Different format, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Co-host Old Millie, aka that dude, aka Mr. Rello. If you know. Episode 47. It's a wrap.
Hendo French Loaf, nigga.
Hendo
B.I.
French
from around the
Loaf.
way, man. We out this motherfucker.
Happy BA to me, nigga.
Oh, happy birthday. Oh, shit, happy birthday. It's coming.
Celebrating that shit.
Say it, happy birthday,
You know what I'm
nigga.
saying?
Happy
Shit.
birthday.
Shit, man. Drink a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Cap, you ain't drinking, you going to sleep by 11:30.